Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So, it has never been more obvious that Donald Trump is suffering physically, cognitively. His health is failing massively. I mean, it's so obvious. His cognitive issues, though, appear to be getting worse very quickly. And I have proof to share with you guys of how bad it is. So I know we make jokes, we call him Dementia John or Dementia Don, but it genuinely seems like he is developing Alzheimer's or dementia, or I mean, it's already there. So here's what all's going down. Kankles in Chief recently had what he called a routine checkup. The one problem with that statement is that he already had his routine annual checkup in April. You guys might remember. And the doctor who's treating Trump, this Dr. Sean Barbabella, I think is how you pronounce it. Anyway, he contradicted Trump and he told the press that this was a scheduled follow-up evaluation. So the obvious question is, a follow-up evaluation for what? Right? What are you following up on? And we've seen, he's got the bruises on his hands, he's got the giant cankles, and they're trying to downplay the seriousness of his vein issue, but getting blood to your heart and your head is kind of serious, especially when you're the president. So, of course, we're never going to get the truth. I mean, this doctor is full of shit, just like the last one that treated Trump. I mean, they're willing to lie about his height and his weight. So, yeah, they're going to bury the truth about his failing cognitive ability and his physical health. And Trump's propaganda secretary, Kim Jong-Levitt, she shared the news that the doctor determined, oh, Trump's cardiac age is 14 years younger than his biological age. Oh, okay, yeah, and I'm going to be the next pope. I mean, the one thing they did admit was that he had some sort of imaging done when he went to Walter Reed Hospital for that appointment. So, a CT scan, an MRI, they refused, number one, to release the results, but they're also refusing to even confirm what type of imaging it was. So it is so obvious that he is playing cheeseburger Russian roulette right now. And, let's hope he gets the loaded one. And he's very obviously losing his mind. Here's what he posted. This was about a week ago. He posted this on his failing social media site. He said, the Biden FBI placed 274 agents into the crowd on January 6th. If this is so, which it is, a lot of very good people will be owed big apologies. What a scam. Do something, President DJT. This is disturbing on many levels. So, I mean, first of all, this is part of his latest January 6th lie. As usual, he's lying to his supporters, claiming, all these undercover agents were at the Capitol on January 6th and that they supposedly instigated the crowd. In reality, the agents were sent to the Capitol after the attack, after the crowd started attacking the police and breaking through the barricades. It's also disturbing because Trump was the president on January 6th of 2021, not Biden. Did he forget that? How do you forget that you were the one sitting in the White House watching all of this happen and refusing to send in any kind of reinforcements? So he's losing it. And then third, he's yelling, do something. Who is he ordering to do something? Unless this is another screw up, unless he meant for this to be a private message like that other one, is he ordering his base to rise up? Is this incitement? Isn't that what caused January 6th in the first place? And I like how he goes, oh, well, if this is true, which it is, He's lost it. The guy is so out of it. In any case, we now have even more proof of his mental decline. So he just sat for an interview with Time magazine, and they were talking about this whole Israel Hamas deal, which is now just falling apart before our eyes, which we all knew it would. But the reporter had mentioned or asked him about Israel's attacks on Hezbollah. Trump, completely unsolicited, he blurts out, quote, "All of those attacks were done under my auspices. You know, with Israel doing the attacks with the pagers and all that stuff. They let me know everything, and sometimes I'd say no, and they'd be respectful of that." Yeah. As you probably know, Trump was referring to, with the whole pager thing, he was referring to Israel rigging and blowing up thousands of pagers. So Hezbollah, all of their members had these pagers that Israel rigged with explosives, and they all went off at the same time. That happened in September of 2024. Joe Biden was the president at that time. So how was that done? With your blessing and knowledge? Like, now, of course, Trump's team is trying to spin this, but their story keeps changing because they realize they screwed up at first. So first they said, oh, well, Trump misspoke. He was referring to the Doha attack, not the pager attack. So that didn't make any sense because, number one, Trump specifically said with the pagers and all that stuff. And then number two, he didn't support the Doha attack. He was in the middle of trying to negotiate this peace deal at that time, and that attack was a major issue. It caused friction with the Qataris, who were like the go-between with Hamas, and the Hamas leaders, because the Hamas leaders were all called to Qatar to do this whole, to do the negotiation. And then a bunch of their leaders were attacked and some of them got killed. So he was not happy about that attack. So then they figure out, oh, well, that doesn't make sense. We got to come up with a new excuse. So Trump's lapdog, Stephen Chung, he comes out and he says basically, well, Trump did support the pager attack, so he didn't misspeak after all. Again, he wasn't the president. So why would Israel be informing Trump about that planned attack? And we have other evidence of his mental decline. So in recent weeks, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but he's been mixing up a bunch of countries. The Daily Beast wrote, quote, he insisted he had solved an imaginary conflict between Cambodia and Armenia, two nations 4,000 miles apart. Just days after bragging he'd stopped a showdown between Azerbaijan and Albania, apparently meaning Armenia. And then, of course, we all remember he mixed up Nancy Pelosi and Nikki Haley during the campaign. This latest screw up by Trump was published, by the way, on the same day that this article and interview came out. So the man you see here, that is psychologist John Gartner. He was interviewed on the Daily Beast podcast, and he said that Trump is exhibiting a, quote, massive increase in clinical signs of dementia. And he said that it's exacerbating his, quote unquote, malignant narcissism. Gartner said that Trump's speeches and his confusion and memory lapses are signs of his, quote, immense cognitive decline. And he believes that Trump is exhibiting something called phonemic paraphasia. So that's apparently when someone can't complete a word, and so they end it with something that makes no sense. And Gartner warned that personality disorders become more severe and more pronounced in dementia patients. And he said, quote, the idea that he really just wants to shit on everyone who disagrees with him, that's literally how he feels because of the personality, or because of the personality disorder, excuse me. This is really someone who could wake up and in a state of complete confusion and erratic irritation, do something catastrophic. This is terrifying. This is terrifying. Like, would you ever put a dementia patient or Alzheimer's patient in charge of the country on purpose? That's what we're dealing with. They were so concerned about Biden, which I was too, to be fair. Why are they not freaking out about Trump? Like, the guy has lost it. He is seriously in decline. He has a mental health issue. Or I should say, cognitive decline issue. So this is a red alarm fire. Like, we need to raise the red flags and say something is wrong here. This man needs to be taken out of office. It is 25th Amendment time. Like, he's making up stories about things that never happened, things that he says he did. And this isn't like his typical lies where he just, makes up facts to try to make himself sound better. Like, he wasn't in office when these things happened. He wasn't the president. He is getting mixed up on when he was and was not the president. I have a family member that is in this state. I have a family member who is sadly succumbing to dementia. And he will retell a story that happened on my honeymoon and say that it happened to him. This is what Trump is doing. My family member had the keys taken away from him about a year ago. So, but we've got Trump with the nuclear codes and the nuclear football? Are you freaking kidding me? I'm telling you guys, I don't know what's going to happen, but this is a scary time. And if he had legitimate, honest, decent human beings around him who actually had principles and morals and ethics, I wouldn't be as concerned. But he has a bunch of yes men around him who are more than happy to take advantage of this mental decline to pursue their own sick agendas. So anyway, guys, wish I had better news. All right, please share this with everyone you know so they understand how serious this is. Like the video because it really helps with the algorithm and to get more eyeballs on this news. And if you have not, please subscribe to the channel. If you can donate, it really, really helps to keep the show going. I greatly appreciate it. So love you all. Take care. I will talk with you soon.